A fierce, competitive spirit inhabits the DNA of students here at LaGrange College. "16 NCAA Division III teams, inspiring coaches, and some of the best facilities in the Southeast. Athletic, spiritual, and academic experiences. Discover more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Nursing is a career filled with endless personal and professional rewards. When someone chooses to major in nursing at LaGrange College, they are choosing to spend their lives helping others, dedicating themselves to treating each of their clients with focused, highly personalized care. In the next few minutes, you're invited to meet 8 special people. 8 people who have chosen to pursue careers in nursing or other related fields. 8 people who are passionate about making a difference. This is LaGrange College Presents.
LaGrange College Presents.
What does it take to become a nurse? That's the question Nathan Swanson asked himself about 6 years ago. He had a new wife and a new family, but his corporate sales job left him very little time to spend at home. It was a difficult decision to make, but Nathan Swanson, in his mid-30s, went back to school to earn a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree from LaGrange College.
You know, I'd never had any really healthcare background, so to think about going into healthcare was kind of scary. My name's Nathan Swanson. I'm a senior nursing student here at LaGrange College, and I'll be 40 years old when I graduate in May, so obviously I'm not a traditional student. About 6 years ago, me and my wife met, and it was both of our second marriage, and so we have a combined marriage with his, hers, and our kids now. At that time, I had a sales job at a car dealership here locally in LaGrange, and so it was 6-7 days a week, 12, 14, 15 hours a day, and so it really wasn't conducive for a family life. And so LaGrange College was right here home. It's my mom's alma mater, and just it all kind of fell into place. I got accepted here into the nursing program. I got the SIM scholarship, and then I got a job working as a tech in the ER here at our hospital. I started hearing people talk about this SIM scholarship. For anyone that wants to apply for it, that is accepted into a nursing program, they can go to pretty much any school. They'll pay for any school, and you just work off whether you get 1 year's worth of scholarship, 2 years worth of scholarship. You then in turn work for that hospital, for West Georgia Health, in return for the scholarship. And I tell you, as a father and husband with a family and household, it has been the lifeline of me being able to do what we've done. We're about 38 students in our class, and it's a very good mixture of non-traditional and traditional, I think, in our class. And talking with previous graduates, they come out and they talk about just how well LaGrange College nursing program has prepared them for the workplace and the testing that comes after you get out of here, because it's not done when you graduate. You still got continued education in this field throughout life. I enjoy the ER. I enjoy the dynamics of a lot of things going on at a lot of times, but I don't know that it's necessarily the place for me. I'm going to precept in the ICU, and both places have extremely good atmospheres, is what I'm trying to say. And so I'm looking forward to see how I like that and try to base my decision on which one I like better. I know that the ER seems like they are anxious to keep me, and so, you know, that's definitely an option.
One of the perks of being a nursing student at LaGrange College is that you can go on service learning trips each year during the 4-week Jan term. In January 2014, LaGrange College seniors Jasmine Farmer and Conrad Clevenger traveled with 17 fellow students and 4 professors on a 16-day mission trip to the Philippines, where they expected to teach and serve in the impoverished slum areas of Manila. Instead, the people they met there ended up teaching them.
I'm Jasmine Farmer. I'm a senior nursing major. I'm from LaGrange originally.
I'm Conrad Clevenger. I'm a senior mathematics major, and I'm from Locust Grove, Georgia.
I remember the first day that we were down there, we were a part of a festival. They called it the Black Nazarene, and there was about 5 million people in the city of Manila just crowded on the streets, and like you would see trash on the streets, little kids like 2 to 4 years old just walking around by themselves, no parents.
The Manila North Cemetery is really interesting. It completely, I don't know about you, but it completely caught me off guard and a lot of people. So basically you have, I forget the number.
I think it's like 10,000 people.
10,000 people living in, I believe it's 133 acres, the cemetery is. There's these large structures, a lot of them are like gorgeous and very clean. And these people like live in these structures with the tomb inside the structure, and they have a deal with the family that as long as they're out by when the families want to come visit and they keep the tombs clean, it's like a contract that they're allowed to live there. However, the government of Manila doesn't like the cemetery, and so like if you live inside the cemetery, you're not considered a citizen in that you can't vote, you don't have access to education, which is a huge thing that KKFI works with, is taking these kids in the cemetery that don't have access to education and getting them an education. They have like a spa program where they teach these teenagers and these like students in the cemetery, they teach them a skill of massage therapy so that they can, you know, they can move out and they can have, like, they can make an income for themselves. And so, yeah, it's really interesting though. It's completely different than we expected.
The nursing group portion of the trip was to go to Mary Johnston's hospital, and we only got to spend 1 full day there, but I mean, I think that was enough to just see all the changes and different things that they had going on there. Their lack of technology was something that was mind-blowing to all of us. They still use paper charts, so all of their vital signs, all of their IV drips and everything, like that has to be, you know, watched on a daily like on a regular basis. You have to keep going in there and checking on your patients. But what I really enjoyed about it was seeing how caring the nurses were. If somebody was, you know, getting ready for a surgery or in excruciating pain and they just wanted somebody to pray over them, the nurses would go in there and just hold their hand and say, you know, it's okay, and like pray with them and stuff. And I thought that was really an awesome thing, because here in the United States you don't really see that. Nurses are so busy with all their patients, it's kind of like an in and out thing. So that was one thing that I thought was really, really different and something that I would like to, you know, try to do as a nurse. And I specifically worked on the OB floor, which is something that I want to do too. So I got to work with mothers and their babies, and I got to, you know, like give some baths, and I helped give shots to a brand new baby that had just gotten born. So that was really cool. And just seeing how some of the families reacted when they saw a foreigner come into the room was really surprising and really funny. But they were like, oh my gosh, a foreigner's in here, please hold my baby.
The Philippines is an absolutely, like, just a perfect place for the college to be. It's a place far away, but it's a place where a lot of English is spoken, and so it's a place you can bring students to and where you can have like a real impact. So that's really awesome. And then the fact that KKFI is a Methodist organization and that we're a Methodist college, I think is a really cool connection. I know KKFI would take in, you know, colleges of another denomination, but it is really cool to see like the Methodist Church overseas and see what it's doing.
Just being able to, you know, talk in person is definitely something that I think we should kind of just start going back to instead of using, you know, our cell phones all the time. So definitely just being able to communicate with people like one-on-one and, you know, trying to be happy on a daily basis instead of just complaining about what I don't have. And I can just go back and think, you know, I could be way worse off.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
What does it take to become a nurse? Ellen Morris White can answer that question. She drove 47 miles one way, 3 or 4 times a week, to earn her nursing degree at LaGrange College, but it was a sacrifice she didn't mind one bit. What drew her to LaGrange was the fact that every member of the graduating nursing class had passed the National Council Licensure Examination, the licensing test for nurses, on the first try.
I'm going into probably what I would consider my third career and third phase of school and work. My name is Ellen Morris White. I currently live in Fayette County in the town of Tyrone, originally from Connecticut and New York area. I started at the traditional age. I was pre-med when I started college in 1975. And I needed to leave after freshman year because of a family illness, and I was not really able to go back full-time for a very long time. Of course, in that time span, I got married, I had a child, I started other careers. I worked in medical fields, and then I worked in medical sales, and then I worked in medical and healthcare corporate, and that's really where I spent most of my working life. And then I was offered a severance package from this healthcare corporation. At the end of 2010, I registered for college the next day. The thing that really drew me here was the fact that they had had 100% success repeatedly, and when you do research for nursing programs, that's the first thing you look at. How many, what's their passing rate, and some of their competitors are not even in the same ballpark. So you have a department in nursing where I would take those women everywhere I went for the rest of my nursing career, just because they've had, not just because we're in similar life stages, but because they've had just a wonderful effect on me already, being welcomed and accepted, but they're always there. Their goal is absolutely on our success. There's no question about it every day. Even when what they have to tell people they may not want to hear, it's still really all looking at the end game, which is huge.
Rose Noel wanted to become a pediatric nurse. What drew her to LaGrange College was the opportunity to practice what she learned in the classroom through daily, direct care of patients. As part of her training, Rose performed clinical rotations at nearby West Georgia Health, where she gained experience in the intensive care unit, the emergency room, the pediatric care units, and on the medical surgical floor. LaGrange also gave her the chance to work clinical rotations at Eggleston and Scottish Rite Children's Hospitals in Atlanta.
My name is Rose. I'm a current senior here at LaGrange College. I am originally from Haiti, and I live in Powder Springs, Georgia. I transferred from University of West Georgia last year. I transferred because, one, I was accepted into this nursing program, and also the fact that they had 100% NCLEX passing rate. I thought this would be the perfect place because you're well prepared. Haiti, although it's portrayed as not the most beautiful place in the world, but I had great experiences there. And I went to pre-K there, kindergarten there. I was taught Creole first because then that's just the dialect at home, but in school settings you had to speak French because that's more proper and more formal and educated. So I had to learn both, and we could use Creole outside the school and French in the school. And we're taught basic English as a course, but then I don't think it was beneficial when I came here because I only knew how to say hi, bye, and my name is. Initially, I wanted to be a pediatrician, but by the time I made it to high school, I settled in more with more pediatric nurse because I thought it was more direct care. Here, it's about 36, 35 of us. We feel like more of a family because we spend so much time together. We have classes 2 to 4 hours together 3 times a week. And the professors are very helpful because then they have the open door policy and you can talk to them with whatever's overwhelming you and whatever questions you have, and they actually care. We're still doing clinicals up to this semester. We started in a nursing home, to the hospital, and to the different units in the hospital, and now we've moved on to a lot of the skills we've practiced in lab to actually doing them now versus watching videos about them. I want to go to Atlanta, preferably Eggleston. Scottish Rite I am open to, but considering as a new grad and it's high on demand, I will take anywhere with children.
America faces a shortage of nurses, and in the years ahead, the problem will only get worse. Why? Because advances in healthcare are helping people live longer. That means more elderly people who will need more nurses. Most every industry will have at least one nurse or medical technician on hand to address accidents and minor emergencies, prevent injuries from holding up productivity, and the current nursing workforce is aging. As more nurses retire, more will be needed to replace them. Students like Daphne Doherty appreciate the fact that nursing jobs offer a secure future. But Daphne has very specific plans after graduation. She wants to return to her native Sierra Leone and deliver a message of hope and encouragement.
I love caring for people, so as a natural caregiver, I think nursing was the perfect fit for me. I want to be a nurse practitioner, that's my ultimate goal, and I want to go back home to Sierra Leone because little girls out there do not have the dream of education. I was raised to cook and clean, and I'm so grateful to have acquired those skills as a mom and a wife, but education should be the priority, and that's what I want to take back home to the children, is to tell them, you know, this isn't it for you. You have to want to learn something and want to be somebody, and the kids back home do not have that dream. Their goal is to just get a good meal every day, and that was my goal too growing up, you know. But as I moved away and traveled a lot, I've visited maybe about 15 countries so far, and you get to learn that just inspiring people, and you can teach them by your examples. You can't just tell them, do this, and I'm a mom, you know, but I know that education is really important to me, so I can't go back home telling them to want to be somebody, and I have nothing to show for it. One more time. Inhale, exhale, and hold it. My husband's a registered nurse, so I know when I tell people that, they say, yeah, you have a study buddy, but not quite, because he went through it 12, 13 years ago, so it's quite different to what I'm going through now. It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, it's emotional some days. I have good days and bad days. You have to prioritize in nursing school, and family is important to me, but I also, now it kind of has to go hand in hand. It's studying and family. So I'll play with my kids for a couple of minutes and then hold the book for about an hour. You kind of have to find that balance in between, or you will not be successful. I know it's too soon for me to say that, but I really think that the key is just open your book when you get out of class, because you don't get everything you need to understand in class. All right. Let me do the other one. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm a different person today than I was August 31st, which was our first day of school. I'm a lot more driven now. I'm passionate. I'm even more passionate. I thought I loved nursing, but now just starting to know just a little, we're just getting a little glimpse of what our careers will be like. It's made me want it even more. And you have to learn how to care for people in a holistic way. Do you know what I mean? And in nursing, you have to learn how to be culturally competent. You have got to understand that people are going to be different. Appreciate the diversity in people. It's one of the most important things. And the one thing that I will walk away with, you know, from the nursing program here, I know that without a doubt, is the fact that when you're caring for someone, I don't care how old they are, if it's a child, put yourself in their position. If you would not like something done to you, don't do it to another person. And if you can walk away with that, you will be the greatest nurse. That's what I'm gonna take away from this, is I have to put everybody in my position. When I look at children, I look at my children. I see my kids in them. If I'm taking care of an adult male, I see my husband, I see my father, I see my mom, my grandma. And if you can put people in those positions, then you will do just fine.
Devin James arrived at LaGrange College determined to become a nurse. As he began taking biology classes, however, he became fascinated with the human heart, how it worked, and how it was affected by outside stimuli. Devin's interest in the cardiovascular system led to his decision to abandon nursing and become a doctor.
I'm a pre-med major, so it's a biology with a chemistry minor. I actually came in to school as a nursing major. I was pretty set on that. I took anatomy and physiology my freshman year requirement for a nursing major, and I quickly realized that I really wanted to be a doctor. And, nursing was something that really interested me, but medical school was where I felt like I could do. I'm really passionate about cardiology. My spring semester we studied the cardiovascular system. We actually got to dissect a hog's heart, which is very similar to humans, and I loved it. I excelled in it. I always was asking Dr. Pascal tons of questions that we didn't have to know. And Dr. Pascal is my advisor, and so he really helped me a lot in deciding what I wanted to do and deciding if I wanted to switch from nursing or not to pre-med. And right now he's helping me get into med school. I'm an RA in Boatwright, so it's freshman dorms. My guys are fun. I guess it's always exciting. You really never know what to expect. I actually have someone that lived next door to me that was coming in as a pre-med major and looking at a lot of things that I was. So I really got to help them, like what classes you need to take, what do you need to start doing, kind of like things that I didn't know coming in. I really got to, help them with books. Hey, I have the books. You don't have to buy them somewhere else. I really got to just, tell them the stuff that I didn't know coming in. Well, I came in my freshman year. I wasn't very involved, and I honestly wasn't planning on to get very involved. I came in, and I wasn't that big into academics in high school. I really didn't have that good of a GPA. I came in, and I just realized that once I got into so much that I liked, I was good at it, and I enjoyed studying. I started investing in LaGrange because it invested in me, and now I feel like I'm really involved. On the swim team, actually the captain this year, so I'm really excited about that. I started a triathlon club last year, and I also ran cross country my sophomore and junior year, and then I joined a fraternity my sophomore year, and now I'm the second vice president. I mean, I enjoy it, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else now.
At LaGrange College, your journey toward achievement may take you in many different directions. The arts, law, ministry, medicine. Experience LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions, and leave transformed. Discover more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Many LaGrange College students feel led to pursue careers in medicine or caregiving, but a nursing degree is certainly not the only way to go. Chandel Ulmer is an exercise science major who plans on becoming a physical therapist. She hesitated enrolling at LaGrange College, however, because she had a problem common to many freshmen. She was a quiet person, very shy. She was afraid of not fitting in. LaGrange, however, would not let her not fit in.
I'm usually a very shy, quiet person, and I didn't know if I was going to make friends immediately, but coming to LaGrange College, the first week with the big unorganized ridiculous party, I met my best friend, and it's just been really awesome. So just getting over that hump of thinking, well, I'm never going to fit in here, I don't know if I'm going to meet anyone that's like me, I just had to get over that and realize that this is going to be an awesome place if I let it be, if I go out there and not expose myself, but get out there and actually do stuff.
My name is Chandel Ulmer, and I am from Locust Grove, Georgia. I am a sophomore here at LaGrange College, and I am studying exercise science as a major and Spanish as a minor. I am the Director of Service and Sustainability for the SGA. I am on the leadership for the BCM, the Baptist Collegiate Ministries. I am part of the Girls Only Bible Study, and hopefully next year I'll be one of the co-presidents as well for that. I'm working with Dr. Plumley in the Cornerstone, just helping her out. It's a lot of fun getting to see the freshman experience from a different point of view this year instead of actually being a freshman. We have the TED Talks, which just kind of go over the different topics. We've covered diversity, service, excellence. We're basically going through the pillars of the college, which has been really cool, so the kids have a foundation in what the school stands for. Well, it's been really exciting so far. We have a garden. We're growing our carrots and turnip greens and mustard.
right now, and we're getting really excited because it's growing. And we also have 2 chickens. Their names are Timon and Pumbaa, girl chickens named Timon and Pumbaa. But so we got the eggs, and whatever we have left over from that we can't eat, we donate to the soup kitchen that the college works with the servant scholars. It's been interesting because it's not like living in a dorm room. You have to get used to paying the bills on your own and setting that up with your roommates and making sure that all the chores are done so that the house stays clean and presentable if anyone comes and visits. Every time I've thought about a career, I've always gone back to physical therapy, which is why I want to do exercise science. And I specifically want to work in a assisted living home or a nursing home, like to be able to help those who are older, just because I want them to feel like they're cared for, and that I want to be there to help them, not just because it's a job, but because I actually care, and I want them to feel that because they've lived their whole lives. It's time for them to just settle down and them to be taken care of and feel like they can.
All across America, the need for well-trained nurses remains strong. But LaGrange College won't graduate poorly trained nurses just to fill jobs. The stakes are too high.
I'm Miranda Sauter, and I am a professor of nursing, and I chair the Division of Professional Programs here at LaGrange College. The baccalaureate degree is a 4-year degree in nursing, and our students are here for 2 years completing core requirements and then begin the nursing sequence their junior year. This program prepares nurses for professional nursing and for roles in leadership and management and nursing research, which is something that makes it distinctive when you compare it to an associate degree. The SIM scholarship, which is administered through West Georgia Health, is a scholarship available for the 2 years of the nursing curriculum. So you would apply for it your junior and senior years, and it pays for all your tuition. It also helps with the cost of books and uniforms. And then upon completion of the program, you fulfill your commitment to West Georgia Health 1 year for every year that you receive the scholarship. A lot of nursing students are really interested in the high energy areas of nursing. They want to work emergency room, ICU, and so they may do their preceptorship, their final semester here, and end up working in those areas. We had a recent graduate who's now a flight nurse. We have a lot of students who work in intensive care units, not only here, but also in pediatric hospitals, in dialysis. We have students in that area, coronary care, community health. We have students out in the schools working as school nurses. It just goes on and on, so it's really unlimited. We've recently had a lot of students going back to school to get master's degrees in nursing and also to go into nurse anesthesia. That's particularly popular among the male students. We're very proud of the fact that we feel like someone coming through our program is well prepared and ready to take and pass the NCLEX exam. We have a little bit higher requirement as far as GPA to enter the program, and as far as what constitutes a passing grade in a course. And we've also added standardized testing in the last few years to the end of every course so that a student can tell where he or she is and whether he or she's ready to move on to the next course. So we do have some rigorous standards in place, but they are to help the student, they're to protect the public, they're to ensure that folks who get out of here are well prepared to do what they're going to be doing.
Nursing offers a huge range of exciting and challenging opportunities for people who are passionate about making a difference. For more information about the nursing program at LaGrange College, visit lagrange.edu/nursing.